I know. I'm so excited for the event. It's going to be amazing. I love all of the workshops that you put on that I've been part of. So like for it to be part of the 2S LGBTQ plus community for me is like really inspiring and exciting. So I'm
Thank you.
so glad,
Thank you.
so glad you're
I'm
doing it and we're able to do stuff together. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm so happy that we're doing this together and you're part of the team because it is such an honor to be invited to host an event like this. And I can tell you in the past I've felt if it's a community that I didn't identify with, that who am I to be doing that, right? Or who am I to
right.
be part of this event or host an event where I don't really have the expertise in that topic. And I feel like with storytelling, it's just such a natural way to break down those barriers and really watch people come together and create that kind of impact where a person feels seen and heard and appreciated. So yeah, I am so it's such a privilege to be even in the position to host an event like this. And
Yeah.
it's truly from my heart. That's how I feel.
It's huge. And I just like, I'm excited for the event because I know like being in some of your workshops before, telling your story and like actually being so present with someone else was so powerful for myself to just like work through some of my past stuff and like just feel like I had a voice. And so, and then also for allyship, I think it's so, so important. Like stories are the way that we can move forward to listen to each other and then just hear each other and be with each other. So this is like just such a perfect event for Pride. And I think anybody who wants to be an ally or anybody within the community that wants to tell their story, it's going to be a really powerful event to be part of. Yeah, I'm
Absolutely.
excited.
I'm so excited too. And yeah, to be part of Calgary Pride. And, one of the things that you touched on, I think is so important. And I feel like it might even be a concern that comes up for folks is just how do I tell my story in a way that
Right.
it could be really personal, right? It
Yeah.
could be even intimidating to share something that personal with strangers. And I don't know if you had any thoughts around how you felt attending one of the workshops before, in terms of
Yeah.
just being able to um, own that space and your story in that way.
Yeah, I have to say, like with both workshops, I was like a little bit nervous going into it. And then when like I kind of held the floor with somebody and I was able to use my voice and talk, it just was so empowering for me. So there were nerves for sure before, but also you set up such a safe space that like, yeah, just even just who you are and setting up everyone else to be safe and feel safe. It was easy once I started. Like, yeah, so for this event, it's going to be huge for people to feel that safety and for allies to be able to be there and listen, as well as tell their story too, right?
Yes,
Uh,
exactly. And it goes both ways. I think it's
yeah,
so important to acknowledge that it does go both ways, because an ally also needs to be present and listening and really holding that space, and at the same time be safe, feel safe and comfortable enough to ask questions, right? Or express their own experiences that they may have had. Because I think that's how you build awareness and education,
yeah, for
to move
sure.
forward together on things. And yeah, it absolutely is a safe space, because that's one of my biggest goals, is making sure that the the virtue of respect is upheld at all times, right?
Yeah,
And what it actually means to be someone who is an active listener and provides supportive feedback and um, builds on empathy,
yeah.
and to be able to do that in a way that's respectful and meaningful is just so important. So
Yeah.
I'm
And I
I'm
think,
glad that you felt that way. I'm glad to hear
oh,
feedback from
totally.
folks that that felt it was that way.
I also think like for anybody who's never attended one of your events, like that you also come out of it with so many skills. So like I come up with skills that I'm trying to use in other aspects of my life because even telling my story and then feeling really heard because you go through those steps, something that like you don't feel a lot is like fully heard because people try and fix problems or help you or but instead of just listening and you've
Right.
you've like given that gift in all the workshops of like this is how it feels to be heard and this is what
Yeah.
I can give other people. So I think everybody that goes to the workshop will go away with that as well. Just
It
feeling
really is.
empowered and skills.
It really is something that I believe everyone can build upon, right? Like it's not
Yeah.
something that we have to be necessarily born with, and if we don't have the skill, we never build it. I think everyone can build on empathy, and it really is a gift when you can actually experience that feeling of being heard and seen and valued in a way that doesn't come across outside naturally, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe it does, or maybe you're just part of groups that isn't always the case. And
Yeah.
having this opportunity is I feel a gift. So it can be one of those things that you give someone else too, to
Totally.
if that's an experience that they want to try and be part of. So
It would be an amazing gift. Like it'd be a great gift to give somebody who just wants to tell their story, or maybe somebody who has somebody who's been coming out or struggling with identity, and just to give like a different perspective and understanding to come to this workshop and hear other people and see the support. Like it's good for either side, right?
absolutely, absolutely. And I
Yeah.
love the campaign, Shannon, that you host, the When You Pass By campaign, because you're going to be part of this event and you're going to offer folks the opportunity to be photographed and also participate in the campaign. And I, as someone that participated in your campaign, I loved just even the space that you created for me to, first of all, take such a high quality image, because I don't have the skills to in photography to take such great photos, but even just a that's a way of being seen and heard as well. It's just to have that space to show up, to have me share kind of the three things that you asked, which I love, which is when you pass by, I hope for you, um, I wish for you, and I want for you. Did I get that correct? Or you?
Yeah, I hope you see, I
I
want
hope you
you to
see.
know, and I wish for. But yeah, asking like people those questions has been like so interesting to see the thread throughout. And it ties so well to what you're doing, because so many people are like, I just want you to see me, and I want
Yeah,
you to know I want the best for you. Like, and
yeah,
most people want to be seen as kind, and it so like ties together with the workshop, because it's a workshop of being seen and felt seen. And I think, yeah, it's huge. So yeah, should
yeah.
we tell people what the workshop's about?
We should. I see more
Should
people are joining. I see Samir and Yukti. Hi. I see you guys joined, and
I?
Prunella as well. Yeah, so the workshop is next Friday for folks that are just joining. It's going to be our very first in-person workshop, which I'm super excited about because wow,
Yay.
like we get to do this in person and see each other live and 3D, right? And so it's at 4 p.m. at Stephen Avenue at a store called the Fluog Store, which has a really cool and charming um, space inside to host sort of an intimate gathering. And so yeah, sign up for the workshop through the link that's in my bio for on Eventbrite. And is there anything else to add to that, Shannon, that you might
I
want
guess
to
like
thread?
if people are kind of wondering what it is, it's going to be us coming together, probably about 12, 14 people with us, I guess, in there. Um, and it's share a space where we can share stories, but really be able to listen to each other. And Gayatri does such a good job of walking you through. So it might sound like really intimidating where you're like, tell a story, but she has like the sentence starters, and like she sets you up really well to be able to share. But it's during Calgary Pride. So we're really hoping that we get people who are part of the 2S LGBTQ plus community, as well as allies. Like this,
Mm-hmm.
kind of our vision for it was for us all to be able to come together, listen. If you are an ally, see like how you can be an ally. And it's not like lecture style at all. It's like you're participating and you just come away with empathy, understanding, and new connections. And then if you're part of the community, just being able to share your story with people who are there to hold space for you and be able to listen. So it's exciting. It's going to be such a good event. And then I'm going to be taking photos as well for the When You Pass By campaign. And we'll be taking parts of your story that you want us to share. So it will be very much like you have the say. with your photo and just coming up with like a visual for the event, and kind of to
Yeah.
connect us all together.
Yes.
Now I feel like I rambled, so hopefully that
No, I
makes
think you
sense.
added perfect messaging that I didn't have the words to say, Shannon, because I really appreciate your perspective, having been part of the workshops and having attended
Yeah,
it, and just how you felt. And that's exactly the experience that I'm hoping to create. And I feel so lucky that you're going to be the photographer too, and
me
actually
too.
offering folks the opportunity to take portrait images. And I think what a cool way to express that sense of belonging, right? Because at the end of the
Yeah,
day, this is all about having folks feel seen and heard and appreciated, and being able to share their unique experience in a way that's safe as well as honoring of their
yeah,
experience. And I think the work that you do to create those spaces of belonging, Shannon, through photography is amazing as
thank
well. And I
you.
love the campaign. The all of the questions that you have on your campaign is just the perfect way to capture what belonging means to someone,
Thank you.
and how they
It's
want to show up in the world. So
it's been amazing people I've met and just like that community. So yeah, we'll
yeah,
just tie it all together. And then I
yeah,
was actually saying to Gayatri on the phone, like Calgary Pride, I don't know how many people have been down there, but a lot of times it's a lot of partying, like kind of wild times. And this event is going to be like either you can have this as your Calgary Pride event or with along with others, but it's going to be like full of substance and connection and just growth, I think, for everybody. So it's
exactly.
a good compliment, I think, to
It's a great
everything.
compliment.
Yeah,
It's the personal reflection and the meaningful side of it, right? That we're
yeah,
hoping to create. So
yeah,
yeah, I think it's a
yeah.
great complement to the other programming that Calgary Pride's got. So I'm so looking forward to it.
Me too. And yeah, for tickets, they'll be the links on your Instagram, right?
Yes, the links are on Instagram on in my bio, and it is a donation-based event. So the proceeds that we gather will be donated back to Calgary Pride. So really looking forward to raising some funds for that as well. So
Yeah.
there is no obligation, of course, to donate, but there's a suggested amount in there if you're so inclined to do so. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. And I think
awesome.
anybody, yeah, who wants to just take part in Calgary Pride, this is such a good event. I mean, we're biased, but I think it is a really good one, just to connect with other people. So, yeah, anybody who can share this, who we really want people to be part of it, who are excited and interested. Yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be good.
I can't
And the
wait. I was just,
store is so cool. That the like
yeah.
location is so neat.
I'm so looking forward to the location. And one of the things that was interesting for me was someone was telling me last week is I don't get to meet someone outside my community. Like, how do I just meet someone that's part of a different community, but I can
Right.
get to know more of and learn about in a way that's not imposing on them. And I'm like, well, I'll come to one of these workshops, right? So I'm really looking forward to having hopefully a really diverse group that participates and create that meaningful exchange. So
I love that. I didn't even think about that, but it's so true because I think a lot of people are moving forward to want to learn about others, to be allies, to like just take steps forward. And it's like, but where do I start? I can't just approach anybody. And so this is such a good place,
yeah, you
to have
can't just
that
walk into
kind.
someone in the grocery store randomly and
Yeah.
go, hey, tell me your story.
Yeah. I
Right.
want to be an ally. Yeah. I noticed you have a rainbow on your shirt. Like, yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
totally. It's not happening.
Yeah, and that's yeah. So this is going to be the antidote to that, right? So
Yeah.
this is absolutely that safe space to share those stories and practice allyship. So yeah,
Yeah.
can't wait. I can't stop saying enough great things about this because I'm super excited. It's like I want to start the event already. So
Totally. I know. Yeah.